Me being her mother, she comes to me a lot with pain. She wants a lot more love and affection, and when she's hurting, she comes very close to us and wants us to hold her. The other day, she fell down in the park, actually, when we were throwing the ball for her, which was a shock.
That's my baby.
My hope is that we find a solution together with Scott on how we're going to solve Hannah's issue.
Hey, Lee.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Good to see
you.
you.
Bye.
Mwah, mwah. Hello, gorgeous girl. Happiest German Shepherd in the world. Your call made me think that she's maybe not so happy at the moment.
No, she definitely isn't the happiest dog at the moment. She's been having a lot of pain in her rear legs and a lot of trouble actually running and walking and standing.
Well, before I have a little feel, what I might ask you to do is if you can just walk her up and down the pathway here and I'll have a little look and see what I can see.
Okay.
Yeah,
You want me to
would that be
walk
okay?
or run her? Or
Well, let's start with walking, and then I might get you to do a bit of Usain Bolt. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay, have a little walk and we'll see.
Come on, Hannah. Come. Hannah, come.
I ask Lee to trot out Hannah just so I can see her moving, and straight away I can see there's a problem.
Certainly not normal.
Hannah is actually walking very strangely on her ankles and actually almost falling down on them, leaning back and just pushing right down to the floor. It's a very odd gait and certainly something that I need to get to grips with.
Let me just have a feel of these ankles then. Good girl. You're being such a good girl. Hey.
That hurts. You can tell that when you went to that area of the rear leg, she turned with her ears back and she feels pain.
After examining Hannah, I can see that there's lots of little things, but I don't find that they add up to the major problem, which is that this dog is walking very strangely on both back legs.
There's a spectrum of possibilities here, though, from something quite mild. It could be just a ligament strain. It could be a little bit of early arthritis, right up to really quite severe things, with the worst case possibility being some type of cancer.
When we see dogs like this that are lame suddenly, cancer is a possibility. The worst case scenario is something called osteosarcoma. It's an exceptionally aggressive tumour that grows very, very quickly. And unfortunately, in a lot of cases, the dog can die very quickly.
I know how much you love this dog, I do. So what we need to do is just to look at this a little bit deeper, and the way we can do that is with X-ray.
Right.
So I am going to take you, devoted owner and beautiful dog, back to the practice, and we're going to look into this further with X-rays.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No
Thanks.
worries. No worries.
All right, little man, let's get you out. Hello.
Cutie.
Oh, hello.
He seems so sweet.
Who are you?
Back at the Richmond clinic, practice manager Maz has arrived with a lost waif for head vet nurse Emma to check over.
So I got a phone call from a woman who lives just around the corner here saying that this cat had been coming into her garden over the last sort of few days to a week, didn't seem to be going home anywhere, seemed to be sleeping there at night, and she got a little bit concerned that he was lost. So I went down and picked him up. Like that.
Someone's got to be missing him because he's just too cute not to be missed. Right, buddy, let's scan you for a chip.
Hopefully you've got one. So the first thing that we do is check for a microchip. On the microchip would be the cat's name, the owner's name, a contact telephone number and their address, so we get an idea of where around here they actually live.
Oh, not in the usual spots. Doesn't look like you have a chip, buddy.
Oh.
Unfortunately, in this little guy's case, there is nothing there. So let's just see if we can find out where you're from. It's literally like looking for a needle in a haystack. Cats travel miles to find shelter, food, water, so need to figure out where we're going to go from here.
With no microchip found, the difficult search for the stray cat's family will now begin.
So what are we going to call you in the meantime?
Colin. Colin cat.
Colin the cat. I was going to say Barry.
Barry.
Whenever a stray comes in, we always want to give them a name. Maz and I tossed up a couple of names. Edward? Edmund?
Eduardo.
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 Are you going to be an Eduardo? Oh, yeah.
I think we found your name.
We've stuck with Ed. Ed the cat.
See you later.
Cutie. He put his little paw out like a little gentleman. He's come from somewhere, and we just hope that we can find out where.
See you later. See you later.
While Ed's adjusting to his new surroundings,
Hey, Ems.
Hi.
Hey, I've got the gorgeous Hannah with me.
Hannah.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Emma is needed to help Scott find out just what's wrong with
Well,
Hannah.
she's walking very weirdly. Yeah. We just had a little walk in the park, actually, with Lee, and she's walking really quite strangely, so we're going to do a few x-rays.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Do you want to hold her for me and I'll
Hannah
get an
did.
IV in? Yeah, good girl.
Such a good girlie.
You know what is quite weird? Looking at the front legs, her wrists are doing the same thing that her ankles are doing in the park. And that they're actually bending quite significantly downward. So I'm a little worried that her ligaments across the board are just a bit weak. There's no strength or support to any of her joints.
Owner Lee is upstairs, anxiously waiting for news. Since the age of 5, she has always had a German Shepherd in her life.
Maybe they're not human, that's true, but they're as important to me as humans. That's just how I think about them, so they're just integral part of my life. I couldn't live without having my German Shepherds. I don't think I'd be a very happy person.
Okay, Lee, so your little lady is absolutely fine. And we've just put a little IV catheter in, and then we've just given her sedation just to take the edge off, and she's nice and calm. So do you want to join me downstairs?
Yes.
You can comfort her while we x-ray.
Great,
Yep?
thank you.
Come on down. Normally, we wouldn't ask an owner to join us in the x-ray room, but I knew that I couldn't fight her off, and she really wanted to be there. So I thought, you know what, it's going to comfort little Hannah, so why not? There she is, so grab a little pew there. We just put this on so it keeps her nice and sleepy. So there's your girl. Okay, she's absolutely fine. Nathan, doing well?
Yeah, really good.
Good job.
She's a strong dog. Mama's here, sweetheart.
Good. All right, so whilst you're giving her lots of love and cuddles, we're going to crack on with the x-rays, okay? So, it's understandably worrying times for Hannah and her owner Lee. The worst case scenario could be cancer development in some joint, which is very common in German Shepherds of a certain age, all the way down to just a mild amount of arthritic change. So at the moment, we don't know what the problem is, and we certainly do have a very worried owner in Lee. Out we go, everyone. Okay. Right, x-ray.
It's never nice to see your dog sedated because, you know, their tongue is hanging out and you don't really know, because you're not a doctor, whether she's breathing or not or how she's doing. It's always a risk anytime a dog is sedated. Okay, honey, they're almost done.
The x-rays are now completed. Lee is about to find out what's wrong with her much-loved Hannah.
The good news is that it's not cancer.
That's great news.
Yes.
So that is, makes my day.
Absolutely,
Year.
absolutely. Yes, and so look, we can deal with everything else because the worst case scenario is now off the table, so phew. But the little changes that are present, I don't think quite add up as to why she's walking so weirdly. I mean, she's walking weird, isn't she? I mean, I think that's the official diagnosis. Yeah, I'm just going to give her a reversal, and should mean she wakes up nice and sharpish.
Lee is relieved that cancer has been ruled out, but Hannah's medical mystery is far from solved.
I'm not comfortable with that situation. I like to know exactly what's going on, and in this instance, unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, Mama's here, honey.
So Hannah will now be referred to specialist orthopedic surgeon Michael Hamilton.
Well, Lee, I'll leave you to have good snuggles with your little lady.
Okay, good.
And I will put a call through to Michael and see if we can organise that appointment.
That sounds great. Thanks, Scott.
All right,
Thank
no
you very
worries.
much.
Right, beautiful.
Scott's on his way to St Margaret's after a distressed call from one of his favourite clients.
I've just had a phone call from Peggy and she sounds really upset. I don't know what's going on, but something's definitely happened. She doesn't even want to talk about it over the phone, so I'm just going to drive straight to her house now, check up on Archie and just see exactly what's going on.
We first met Archie and Peggy when Scott was helping the 74-year-old cope with her new rescue dog. Archie came with a lot of baggage. He wasn't house-trained. And he had a nasty habit of biting people who tried to get him out of the car.
Come on then.
Good boy.
But on top of all that,
X-rays?
Scott had to break the news that the 2-year-old bulldog was suffering from a shocking premature case of arthritis.
There's no drug that exists that's going to fix that.
A cutting-edge plasma injection helped get Archie back on track. But now it appears something else has gone wrong.
Hello, Scott.
You all right? You
Yeah.
sounded pretty distressed on the phone. What's been going on?
Oh, lots. He bit me.
What? Where did he bite you? Show me. Oh, God, Peggy.
Well, he was having a sort of choking fit, and I got worried, and this was 1 o'clock in the morning. I got worried, and I just called the emergency vet.
A vet nurse arrived and decided to take Archie back to the clinic to make sure nothing was stuck in the bulldog's throat. But once again, Archie's car issues made him lash out.
He snapped at her. I grabbed his head here and pulled him towards my right hand. He bit it. So really, I was trying to save her and didn't quite do it properly.
Dogs get black banned as being aggressive as soon as they bite, and I'm someone who absolutely backs that up. In the case of Peggy, this was one situation where a stressed dog bit someone in a point of madness. I don't think that he meant to bite Peggy, but he did. I just absolutely love him, and I absolutely love you. You're such a force of nature, and so is he, and it's just, it's heartbreaking to see that this hasn't worked out.
I can't say... I don't know what to say. I love him to bits. I love you. I love you to bits, darling. Oh, thank you. I got a kiss. I knew in my heart of hearts that I couldn't really keep him, but there is somebody who's the right owner for him in the right environment, and if you can find that for me, I will be eternally grateful.
I couldn't admire Peggy more, but she knows what needs to be done and she's gonna do it. And it doesn't matter if it hurts her in the process.
I'm going to miss you. I know. Are you going to miss me?
I'm gonna miss him too. Grumpy old sod. Okay, take care. Come on, mate, let's go. Good boy. Come on, mate. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Okay, let's go.
I didn't want him to look back. I wanted him to just go out, and he did it. You know, he's not going to miss me as much as I'll miss him.
Archie will now live at the St Margaret's Clinic as Scott takes on the responsibility of finding the flawed bulldog a new home.
I know he will, because I know he cares about him almost as much as I do.
Boy, come on. That's a good lad.
Hello. I'm just doing a bit of a ring round. We've got a lovely black and white cat that's been brought into us, just in case any of your clients might be missing one.
While Archie's now on the market for a new residence, Emma's working the phones to try to track down the owners of a stray cat that was found by a local resident.
I've nicknamed him Ed. He's really gorgeous. He's got a big white chest and he's got a really cute black splodge on the end of his nose.
Sadly, Ed has no microchip.
I called some of the local vet practices. No one is missing a black and white cat. No one at that one. On to the next one. Normally within 24 hours, we would at least expect a phone call from someone to say, have you got my cat? If that doesn't happen, it's a 2-week waiting period before we have to make a proper decision on where Ed goes and sort of his future, really. Lots of cuddles for you today. Oh, Maz, I tell you, I think I'm a little bit in love.
Well, don't find his owners. I'm gonna need to go somewhere.
Oh, don't tempt me. He's very friendly, just wants to say hi to everyone.
Next day, Archie is making his presence felt at his temporary home.
Oh.
That wasn't as nice as it was supposed to be. I do apologise. Come on.
Finding the right forever home for the exuberant bulldog is high on Scott's priority list. But today, he's making the 3-hour drive to Somerset for a long overdue catch-up at a place called Secret World.
There are times in life where you meet people truly special, people that you know make a real difference. Pauline Kidner is one of those people. She was one of the original wildlife warriors here in the UK and set up an amazing rescue centre for sick and injured wildlife about 20 years ago. I've known her for years. She's a fantastic lady, and I've always promised that I'd go out and see the great work that she's doing. And I'm excited to say that today is that day. Hello!
Hey, how are you?
Mwah. Great to see you. So amazing to finally see Secret World. It's gorgeous.
Well, it's not just pretty. We're very, very busy.
Okay, you're putting me to work already?
You're coming here to work.
Gee whiz, you drive a hard bargain. Let's get stuck in.
Over to see Michelle, our vet nurse. Is that okay?
Great, yeah, absolutely.
Because there's lots of stuff coming in.
Outside, Harrison and Philip are just pulling up with an injured tawny owl.
Still awake. Still a bit chirpy. Yeah.
The good-hearted lads were attending a call-out to fix some power lines when they nearly ran over the bird lying motionless on the road.
He was still alive. We quite like our animals and things like that, so we thought we'd bring it in.
What was his story? How was he found?
We think he's been hit by a car. We found him in the middle of a road. He's
Okay.
quite dazed at the moment.
Well, I'll take him through and have a good check of him.
All right.
And then obviously see if there's anything that, you know, what we can do and what injuries he has.
All right, lovely.
Thank you.
We should get a little bit of a bonus for that, I think, for rescuing the wildlife as well. So we've done our bit.
So let's hope that it's all good news for this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Brilliant.
oh, it's absolutely stunning. It definitely does look like a road trauma, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see his left eye here is closed. So what we're going to do is just have a quick look in and just make sure there's no prolapse, no hemorrhage that obviously requires immediate attention, which there's not.
It's just like a black eye, really, isn't
Absolutely.
it? After being hit in the face by a car.
And then we just extend the wings.
It's always great at places like this to find the woman to deal with. And veterinary nurses are pretty strong characters, and Michelle is absolutely one of them. And she pretty much tells us vets what to do.
So if you could just stand a bit more towards me and pop him down, just because I'm a little bit vertically challenged.
Yes, yeah, I'm used to working with the shorter of our community.
Oh, there we go.
Michelle is now using a crop needle to get important fluids deep into the owl's stomach.
Within wildlife, euthanasia is never off the cards. There's many times that we've orphan reared, we take animals home, we put our heart and soul into it, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, if they can't be released, have your heart broken, but you just learn to cope with it better.
Good bird, well done.
The tawny owl is now being put into an incubator to recover.
So, Michelle, do you tend to give your patients names?
Sometimes, usually it's to do with their character.
I think this guy's pretty eccentric because he's kind of a bit piratey.
He is.
So maybe pirate?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right then, pirate. I noticed no one else really talks to the birds.
No, we try and keep the vocalisation around them to a minimum. It is something that they wouldn't have in the wild, so we try and mimic that as much as possible. So they're not seeing that humans are their friends. It is something that they need to be scared of us to get the best in the wild.
It's not a problem for me at all because birds never want to talk to me anyway.
Well, standing here, I could see that.
Oh, delightful. Normally, as a vet, you're used to giving a huge amount of heart and love and empathy for your patients. In the case of wildlife, you have to fight that instinct. So at every moment dealing with Pirate, I just want to give him a cuddle and talk to him, but I can't. Did you hear that, Pirate? Sorry.
I think currently Pirate probably has a 50-50 chance, so the first 24 hours is going to be a really crucial time for him.
That's my girl. Come on.
Meanwhile, in Buckinghamshire, orthopaedic specialist surgeon Michael Hamilton has fast-tracked an appointment for Lee.
And just slowly across in front of us.
Under his expert eye, 7-year-old Hannah is being put through her strange-looking paces.
Hannah?
Lee wants to know why her German Shepherd can't run or even walk properly.
Not knowing is always a little bit nerve-wracking, what the real issue could be, whether it's something that he feels he can address or correct, or whether this is something we're just going to be dealing with Hannah.
Okay, I'm back again.
Yeah, a little trepidation there, but of course we came out here because we're looking for the solution and trying to really give Hannah the relief she needs so that she can get back to normal.
But Michael's diagnosis is not what Lee was expecting.
From my point of view, the most obvious thing is her wrist joints.
On the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of her wrist joints are actually kind of collapsing. So dogs, as they walk,
yes,
they've got wrist joints like we do, but they walk up on their toes like this.
Yes.
And the angulation between their wrist and their foot is usually maybe up to about 30 degrees like this. Now, when she walks, this is almost going down to 90 degrees.
That,
she's almost walking on her hands like this.
Oh my.
It's called hyperextension, which basically means that the wrist joint just extends more than it should do.
Right.
And the implication of that is as she walks, she can't physically kind of push because the whole wrist joint just collapses. Because of that, I think she's thrown her weight back onto the back legs,
which is why she looks
walking odd. She just looks a bit peculiar.
Yeah, she looks arthritic.
But the good news is we can usually do something about it.
Great.
So,
okay.
yeah,
Great.
good.
Thanks.
So let's go back to the clinic and we'll have a good old feel.
Great.
So, okay.
Well, my hopes is that we don't have to do anything invasive.
Okay, go on then, Hannah.
I really would like to try to avoid doing any kind of surgery on Hannah. It's always a risk and the results aren't always clear.
What we need to do is put the wrist at a more appropriate angle and stop it doing this.
Right.
And what we do is we fuse the wrist joint with a plate and screws. On both sides. But any pain that she does have will go away. But the most important thing is she'll be able to push off because the thing won't collapse because it's going to be fused.
And what happens if we don't do
Yeah, if we leave things, she'll probably just get progressively more and more hyperextended to the point that eventually she'll be walking on the backs of her wrists, and then you start to get wounds and sores and all the rest of it. Yeah. So I mean, it's
not an option, but I just wanted to ask what would
I
happen.
mean, the prognosis is good.
Okay,
the prognosis
great.
is really
Great.
good. Yeah.
Good.
It's quite a big procedure, particularly if we're going to do it on both sides at the same time. The potential risks are that the joint just doesn't fuse, because it's, not to make it sound too dramatic, but it's a bit of a race against time that the joint fuses together before the implants fall out.
Okay, sweetheart.
The decision is now up to Lee, but she's clearly torn about whether to put Hannah through major surgery.
And it has been really exhausting, going through this, because it's like trying to find your way out of a maze, of sorts, to what's the right thing.
Let's have a little feel here.
The puzzle pieces are now fitting together, but that last big piece is going to be the surgery.
She's got a bit less weight on this front right leg.
I see that. I'm really concerned because, as her mother, I have to nurse her back to health. I'm ready and I'll get her prepared as well. She's like her mommy. She's tough. She's tough. What a good girl you are.
So yeah, the mini block really is for animals that are hands-off.
Scott is paying a visit to Secret World in Somerset. Pauline is the founder of the now famous Wildlife Rescue Centre, and she's decided to allow Scott to meet some of their most beautiful orphans.
Pauline opens the stable door and wow. In front of me is a vision of beauty.
I think fawns are probably one of the hardest orphans to rear, and they just are an animal that literally can die from stress.
They're just exceptionally beautiful animals, and I think that's actually one of their downfalls, is that people see them alone and automatically want to pick them up and give them a cuddle. But in fact, Mum has probably left them there and knows exactly where they are and knows they're safe. But by cuddling them, Mum's almost certainly not going to come back. And that means they find themselves in rescue centres like this.
And that
Whoa.
one.
You're enthusiastic.
That's the two you've got there.
Gee whiz. Whoa.
Right. Over there.
Okay, wow, you're more hungry than my baby son.
Scott will be bottle feeding the two fellow deer, Angus and Devon, but there are strict rules.
From the first moment that I saw the fawns, I was immediately instructed that I could not talk to them. I could not really gain eye contact with them. I just had to feed them and that's it.
Come on.
Hello, wow, you sculled that, didn't you?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're very fast feeders.
Gee. They are Beautiful.
That's no, you shouldn't be letting him do that.
You can't kiss me. That is far too forward, I'm afraid. Pauline gives me the evils, and straight away I think, oh God, I've done wrong here. But you know what? The fawn made the first move, and it's pretty nice. Hey, I'll buy you one drink. Just one drink.
We all know we love him, don't we? Eh?
I totally respect your restraint because I can just feel from this little animal that it wants me to mother it.
Yes.
It really does.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we don't want them to know, that they can do that.
The great thing about looking after these fawns in this way is that they actually eventually are going to be released into the wild. What a fantastic vision that must be. So I've definitely signed up for being involved with their release when that does finally happen.
Okay, you know that we weren't allowing you to cuddle anything because it's not what we do.
I know very well, yes.
Well, with this one, you can cuddle her all you like.
Yes, finally a bit of animal cuddle. Fantastic.
Isn't she so
I've been trying to obey orders. I've tried not to cuddle anything. I've tried not to talk to anything. So Pauline goes, you know what? I've been good, and she's going to give me a little surprise just as a thank you. Oh, wow. She is so divine. So, sorry, what was her name?
She's Polly.
So Pauline introduces me to Polly, the red deer. She's absolutely beautiful. She's about 20 years old, and she's actually a pet.
Do you love me, or do you just love bread? Do you love me, or do you just love bread? You're a silly.
She's an animal that has been used to humans all her life, and as much as they tried to put her back with red deer, she wasn't having a bar of it.
Come and have a look and see who her friend is. I think you might recognise her. If I can... There she is.
Oh, you've got an emu that is the most extraordinary pairing I think I've ever seen. A large Australian bird and a massive red deer are mates. All right, well, that's something I've never seen before. Who expects when you're walking into a deer's enclosure that you're going to see an emu? And what was even more amazing was when they were side by side, it looked a little bit like the Australian coat of arms, except for whatever reason, the red kangaroo had morphed into a red deer. But hey, when in England. G'day, mate. Been in England too long.
Lost his accent.
Lost his accent. You've changed. You've changed. Okay, mate, let's have a look at you. Wow, you're looking so much better. That head tilt's resolved, isn't it?
It's time for Scott to head home, but he wants to have one last look at Pirate, the little owl that was run over by a car.
A massive relief to see little Pirate improve dramatically, and he's actually looking out of that sore left eye, so might have to consider a name change. This guy, if all goes well, he'll be flying around in the skies of Britain once more. So yeah, it's fantastic. I love where I work, but being here and working with these dedicated people, I totally understand how they become so passionate about wildlife. They're not earning loads of money, they're doing it because they love the job. Pauline, thank you so much for having me. It's been such a great time here at Secret World.
Thank you for all you've done. It's been great to see you. And I just thought you'd like to see the new member of staff here.
And no one's going to tell me I can't give you kisses. No, they're not. No, they're not.
If you only knew how many things this man has kissed, and you're still doing it.
Exactly. Well, and you're yet another one. Mwah. See you.
Take
Great
care.
to see you.
Hope to see you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Make a poster so we take some photos of you.
Back in Richmond, Emma's arrived at the clinic with a new plan of action.
Come in this morning, unfortunately no messages, no emails from anyone wanting to claim little Ed. Hey. He's got no microchip, we have no idea which part of town he's come from, where he's come from. Time to make a poster.
But after only 24 hours, Emma is growing increasingly attached to her little ward.
Someone's got to be missing you. I know I would. Right? I know I would. It's not uncommon for us to get stray animals that come in through the door, but something about him, I can't quite put my finger on it. He's pulling on the heartstrings a little bit, is Mr. Ed. All right, let's print this off and put him up outside. It would be such a shame to have to put Ed into a rehoming centre. He's so friendly and just loves the attention from a human. Hopefully someone walks past him and will recognise his little handsome face. Fingers crossed.
Daddy's gonna pass it now. Go ahead.
4 weeks later, after a lot of soul-searching, Lee and her husband, Chiro, have made a surprise decision about Hannah's surgery.
I had several kind of sleepless nights where I was trying to process so much information about Hannah. And, you know, part of you wants to go right to a solution because I'm kind of a fix-it kind of girl. And in a way, I had to consider is there a smarter way to do this that isn't as extreme as the step of fusing her paws? I had to wait for a sign, and the sign really was Scott calling and saying, wait a minute, I think we got a solution here that can give her the kind of help she needs.
Come on, Ann. Gonna go see Dr. Scott?
Yes, hello, gorgeous. Look, I've got your shoes.
Come on.
Yes, look at this. What's this thing? Hey, what's that? I think these supports could be the answer to Lee's prayers. She's not that keen on surgery, and that's fair enough. What are we doing?
Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Wow.
And it's been tough, actually, waiting for the braces because when I watch her walk in the park, I can see how far down she is on her pastern, and that's upsetting. So now to see her lifted up like this, it's great.
Good girl, well done.
Very good, honey.
Certainly when I placed the supports onto Hannah's forelimbs, she wasn't the graceful shepherd that you would expect. She kind of looked like maybe she'd had a few too many.
Okay, okay.
What's that feel like? Is that weird?
Yeah, I know.
But you know what? She will get used to it. And what it will do is just rebalance her whole body. Hey?
Very good.
All the while looking very stylish.
Very, very stylish. Very stylish, yes.
I think that these supports are the right thing to do, but eventually I believe that the perfect world would be to have them supported permanently. And the only way to do that is with surgery. But you know what? You have to respect the owners and you have to respect their love and their understanding of their own pet.
You ready to go out and hit the street? Show everyone your new shoes?
Yes.
Hey, you ready to go? All right, well, good luck.
I feel like we made the right decision for our baby, yeah.
Come on, Hen. That's it, girl. Go slow.
While Hannah is adjusting to her new shoes,
Fallen in love with this dog a little bit, haven't you?
How could you not? Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
there has also been a good result for Archie. A foster home has finally been found.
Always a big good boy.
In 2 weeks, the star boarder will be leaving, and these playtimes will be over.
Archie has been really the life and soul of the practice for the last few weeks. He's such a character. He's got such a great nature.
I don't know whether that's really sweet or whether that's
really
disgusting.
Don't care, do we, mate? Don't care. It's been a bromance, and I'm really going to miss him. He's a legend.
Yeah, I know. It's good, isn't it?
Ah, there he is, the man himself.
Morning.
Hi
How
again.
are you, Pauline? Good
All right,
to see you.
this is Josie.
Hi, Josie. How are you? So you're the one I have to blame for this ridiculously early morning start?
Well, if it was up to me, it wouldn't be this early.
Normally I'm used to getting up this time in the morning with 3 screaming kids, so actually this is quite calm.
It's 5 in the morning, and Scott is back at Secret World. It's been 6 weeks since he met Angus and Devon, and now they are ready for release.
Okay.
Scott will be going on the journey to release the fawns with their primary carer, Josie. It's her voice only that the fawns have come to recognise and trust.
Hello.
And they will need her reassurance during this stressful transition.
No, I'm a little bit teary. I don't really want them to leave, but they kind of have to. And I know it's what's best for them, you know, and I don't want to hold them back because of my feelings for them. It's all right, hello, it's okay.
Little Devon was found huddled next to her dead mother after she'd been attacked by dogs. Angus was found in a ditch, alone and starving.
It's quite tense to catch young deer like that. They're still quite nervous.
Come on then, you.
And they've got tiny little legs that can break easily.
Come on then, gorgeous. Look, it's nice and warm and cosy.
Just push her in.
Devon will follow me. I just know she will. Good girl.
Wow, she was very good about that, wasn't she?
Good girl, Devon.
Now it's your brother to go.
He's a good boy, Angus.
You're right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Angus is quite flighty. He's a lot jumpier than Devon.
Devon?
If you could grab his back.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good boy. So I'm a bit worried about how he's going to sort of get in the crate. There we go. Good boy.
Well done.
Angus tried to have a bit of a pop at the end with Scott's quick handiwork with the door. We managed to get him in nice and comfortable. Now we're just really excited to get going. Good boy, Angus.
1, 2, 3.
It's going to be a long 4-hour journey from Somerset to the special release site in Surrey. Pauline is just hoping the fawns will stay calm and safe during the journey.
So you're going to drive the truck,
Yep.
I'm going to drive mine, and we'll reconvene on the road to check them over.
Yeah.
I'm sure he knows he's got some precious cargo there and he's going to be careful, but no doubt Josie will be keeping her eye on him.
Look after the babies. I will. I'll see you later on.
It's always hard when we let animals go because we know that it's not the best of worlds out there, but we've done as much as we can and, you know, hope that they'll be safe now.
Hold on, Angus.
That's a good girl. What a good girl.
After a long 4-hour journey, Scott and Josie are about to arrive at the release site in Surrey with Devon and Angus.
It's a massive relief to have gotten here and that both the deer are safe and are moving on to this very exciting next stage in their life.
This lush private property is the fawns' new home, where they will be introduced to a herd of fellow deer.
Hello, gorgeous boy. Hello. There's a good boy.
Fantastic. How are you feeling?
Brilliant. Yeah, it's really, really good.
It's amazing, isn't it, to see him like that running around already and seems comfortable and...
Yeah, he's really enjoying it, look.
Look at you being all emotional.
Oh, no.
It's like a proud mum.
He's loving it.
He's actually looking at that other deer already.
That's got to be a completely new feeling for him.
Finally back with his own kind.
He'll soon scoff their food.
Just like raiding another kid's lunchbox, do you reckon?
Well, at least you know you'll never starve.
Initially, the fawns will stay in a large pen with food and water. Over time, they will slowly graduate to independence.
Right.
Okay, the last one of your babies.
Hello, darling. You're doing a wee. Lovely.
Very nice.
Come on then, Sita.
Beautiful.
Hello,
See your brother.
gorgeous. Hello, gorgeous. There's a good girl. Hey? It's going to be really hard to say goodbye to them and leave them here. It's what's best for them. And I know that, but it is really difficult. Are you a good girl? And it's a really emotional time for me, as well as it is for them, I'm sure.
Josie is not the only one struggling with the separation. Unlike Angus, Devon is still looking for reassurance.
Please don't beat me up.
Before she takes her first steps towards a new life.
I'm really happy with where they are and how they're going to be, and that's just what I've got to remember when I want to take them home with me. Where is he, Devon? There he is. Just overjoyed, absolutely overjoyed. And it's just lovely to know that they're going to be happy here. I'm also a little bit nervous for what world awaits them, but they've had the best start. We can't do any more, so I just wish them the best of luck.
Well done. That's fantastic.
All right, little buddy. Here we are.
As for the practice's stray cat, Ed, nobody has come forward to claim him. But Emma has a plan.
What do you reckon about staying? I'm gonna Oh, is that a yes? Is that a yes? Hello. I've always been more of a dog girl growing up, but something about this cat has stolen my heart. See, I reckon any cat that lies like this has got to be 50% dog. Because this isn't normal. Cats don't do this.
Although Emma and Ed have made up their minds, there is still one person who needs convincing. Emma's partner, Steve.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Who's this little guy?
He's cute, isn't he?
You know, I did say I was a dog person.
I know.
But
look
I could
at
be
his face.
Hello, buddy.
How can you not fall in love with him? Please, can I have a cat? Please, can we have a cat?
He can stay.
Can he stay?
Yeah.
Yay! You can stay! I am over the moon. I'm so, so happy.
Hello, buddy. He's adorable, and he won me over in seconds. He was purring away, and he had those dog-like features, which, you know, I kind of call him a dog cat. I couldn't be happier. Welcome to the family, Ed.
Yay! Welcome to the family.
It's the first time you've been at a beach, I would have thought. It's nice that you worked on your bikini body at least. Yeah, well done.
And the day has finally arrived. Archie's new foster home is in a seaside town close to Brighton, and Scott is taking him on one last walk.
Very important that you behave and let them see how gorgeous you are, yeah? I've come to the beach today to just spend a little bit more time with Archie and to say goodbye, really. So it's a pretty sad day. It's your last chance, my friend, okay? So take it with both big grubby paws, yeah? Couple of bulldogs, Archie. I think we're here. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Lou from British Bulldog Rescue is going to be Archie's new foster mum.
Now look, this is Archie. He loves the car.
Doesn't like getting out.
That's it. But just that moment in time. The rest of the time, he's an absolute sweetheart.
Okay.
So, here's the chap. Say hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
You big handsome brute.
I just thought he was adorable. As soon as I saw him through the window, I was like, oh, bless him. He is absolutely gorgeous.
Come on then, mate. Out you come. Good boy. There we go. And then he comes out. Good boy. There you go. Getting Archie out of the car was always a little nerve-wracking, but thankfully, he was the perfect gentleman. He didn't put Lou off at all. She seems completely unfazed by it. Already, I'm feeling this is the place for Archie. Okay, so this is his new digs then.
Yeah, this is where Archie's going to be living.
Boy.
This is his little safe place.
Bright pink water bowl. Lucky he's in touch with his feminine side, hey?
Definitely. This is the garden. This is
Archie's new home is perfect. So I couldn't be happier. I think he's a very, very lucky lad.
He's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for
Not a
looking
problem.
after my guy. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
It's our pleasure.
I'm really happy that he's found you.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
he's lovely. Archie's future's bright, I think. There's loads of people that are out there waiting for a bulldog like Archie. I think he's going to do really, really well.
Scotty loves you. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye, mate. See ya.